You can usually feel it before you can explain it. Someone is smiling at you. They're polite. They say the right things. They act supportive. They're never openly rude. And yet, something feels off. The energy is strange. Their compliments feel a little forced. Their kindness feels a little calculated. Their support feels thin. And sometimes, after being around them, you feel more drained than comforted. That's because not all nice people are good people. Some people are nice because they're kind, and some people are nice because being honest would expose what they really feel. That's what we're talking about in this video. Why fake nice people secretly resent you, not hate you openly, not attack you directly, not always betray you in obvious ways, resent you quietly, indirectly, in ways that are subtle enough to confuse you and heavy enough to affect you. And if you've ever found yourself wondering, why do they act supportive, but I still feel tension? Or, why do they smile at me, but something in them feels cold? You're not imagining it. A lot of people don't know how to deal with the emotions that come up around someone they admire, envy, compare themselves to, or feel threatened by. So instead of being honest, they become pleasant on the surface, resentful underneath. And that combination creates one of the most difficult types of people to read. Because at least with openly rude people, you know where you stand. But fake nice people? They hide behind manners, behind friendliness, behind fake concern, behind soft voices and socially acceptable behavior. Carl Jung would say this has a lot to do with the shadow, the parts of people they don't want to face in themselves. Envy, insecurity, inferiority, bitterness, competitiveness don't disappear just because they seem polite. They go underground. And when emotions go underground, they don't die. They leak into tone, into energy, into passive aggression, into fake support, into subtle sabotage, into weird distance, into smiles that never reach the eyes. So let's get into it. Because once you see how fake nice resentment works, a lot of confusing relationships start making sense. 1. They resent what your presence makes them feel about themselves. This is really the root of it. A lot of fake nice people don't resent you because of something you did. They resent the feeling they have around you. Maybe you're more confident than they are, more grounded, more attractive, more disciplined, more peaceful, more authentic, more talented, more emotionally honest, or maybe you're just becoming more yourself. And that's enough. Because when someone is deeply insecure, your presence can feel like a mirror they didn't ask for. Not a mirror that shows them who you are, a mirror that shows them who they are not. And instead of taking that as inspiration, they take it personally. That's the part people often miss. Some people do not experience your growth as neutral information. They experience it as a threat to the identity they built around being enough. So if they were comfortable feeling smarter than you, more attractive than you, more mature than you, more settled than you, and suddenly you start rising in a way that disturbs that picture, something shifts inside them. And because they don't want to say, "Your progress is making me confront my own insecurity," they stay nice. But the resentment begins. This is very Jungian, by the way, because Jung understood that people are often disturbed not by external reality itself, but by what it activates in the unconscious. So when fake nice people are around you, they may be feeling envy, inadequacy, comparison, even shame. But they can't tolerate those emotions consciously, so they cover them with politeness. That's why sometimes the nicest-looking person in the room is carrying the darkest energy toward you. Not because they're evil necessarily, but because they're divided. They want to appear warm while secretly fighting what your presence brings up in them, and that inner split is exactly why their energy feels off. 2. They praise you in public, but minimize you in subtle ways. This one is very common. Fake nice people know how to say the right thing, They know how to look supportive, how to clap at the right moment, how to say, "I'm proud of you," how to congratulate you in front of others. But if you pay close attention, there's often something underneath it. A small sting, a slight reduction, a subtle attempt to shrink the weight of your win. They'll say things like, "That's amazing. I mean, a lot of people are doing that now." Or, "You look great. You've changed." Or, "That's really impressive. I wish I had that kind of free time." Or even worse, they'll sound supportive, but the tone feels flat, like the words are there, but the heart isn't. That's because fake nice people often use praise as cover. They know they have to say something positive, because not saying anything would expose too much. So they compliment you just enough to maintain the image of being kind, but not enough to fully honor you. And that difference matters, because sincere support has warmth in it. It feels clean, easy, generous. Fake support always has friction in it. It feels like someone is forcing themselves to say the right words while emotionally resisting what those words mean. Jung might say this is what happens when the persona and the shadow are in conflict. The persona says, "Be nice, be supportive, look good." The shadow says, "I don't like what this person's growth makes me feel." And when both are operating at once, you get that strange energy, outward praise, inward resentment. That's why some compliments leave you feeling strangely uncomfortable. You're picking up on the split. And if you've experienced that, I want you to really think about this. Have you ever had someone congratulate you, but the energy felt so off that it almost made your win feel smaller instead of bigger? That's a real experience. And it's exactly the kind of thing people don't talk about enough. 3. They stay close to you, but secretly keep score. This is one of the darker parts. Fake nice people often stay near the people they resent. That sounds strange, but it happens all the time. Because resentment and fascination often live together. If someone feels inferior to you, threatened by you, or emotionally activated by your presence, they may not leave. Sometimes they get closer, they watch you more, notice more, track your progress, pay attention to your mood, your success, your mistakes, your relationships, your changes. But they're not just observing, they're keeping score. They notice when something goes right for you, and they notice very carefully when something goes wrong. That's why some people seem overly informed about your life without ever feeling genuinely safe. They know what's going on with you. They're curious about you. They keep tabs, but their energy is never restful. It's sharp, quiet, watchful. That's because fake nice people don't just want connection. Sometimes they want emotional balance. And one way insecure people restore emotional balance is by monitoring the person they feel challenged by. If you win too much, they feel smaller. If you struggle, they feel relief. That's why some people seem a little too calm when you're going through something hard. Not openly happy, just a little too settled, like something in them relaxed. That's painful to realize, but it's real. Jung would probably connect this to the shadow again, especially the unowned wish to see others brought down to a level that feels psychologically manageable. Because if your life highlights their insecurity, then your setbacks become emotionally useful to them. And no, they would never admit that. They'll stay nice, but they will quietly keep score. And once you notice that kind of energy, it becomes very hard to unsee. 4. They act supportive until your growth becomes undeniable. At first, fake nice people can seem very supportive, especially when your goals are still small, your confidence is still shaky, your potential still looks like potential. But when your growth becomes visible, really visible, something changes. Now it's real. Now you're not just talking about healing. You look different. You move differently. You speak differently. You set boundaries. You stop chasing. You stop over-explaining. You get more selective. You become calmer. You start actually becoming the person you once said you wanted to be. And that's when fake nice people get weird, because dreams are easy to support when they're abstract. Transformation is harder to support when it starts affecting the room. Now they can no longer feel comfortable around the older version of you. Now your presence has changed the dynamic. Now they have to deal with the fact that you are no longer available in the same way. This is where fake niceness starts to crack. They become less enthusiastic, less present, less warm, more distant, more sarcastic, more quiet. Sometimes they don't attack you, they just withdraw emotionally, and that withdrawal tells the truth. Because it says, I liked you better when your growth didn't force me to confront my own stagnation. That sounds harsh, but that's often what's underneath it. A lot of people support your healing in theory. Fewer people support the version of you that no longer makes them feel comfortable. Jung's whole idea of individuation, becoming who you really are, comes with this painful reality. As you become more real, you disrupt the comfort of people who were attached to your smaller self. So if you've felt people shift as you've grown, don't always assume you did something wrong. Sometimes your growth simply became too honest for people who were only comfortable around your struggle. 5. They smile with you, but they don't feel safe when you shine. This one is subtle, but powerful. Fake nice people can tolerate your existence. They can tolerate your personality, your humor, your company, but what they really struggle with is your shine, your moment, your recognition, your confidence, your peace, your beauty, your voice, your clarity, your power. That's when the mask gets tested, because now it's no longer just about being around you, it's about watching you take up space in a way that they haven't made peace with in themselves. And if someone is deeply insecure, they may experience your shine as a kind of emotional threat. Not because you're arrogant, not because you're doing too much, but because your light exposes the places where they still live in self-doubt. That's why some people are fun with you in private, but go strange when others start recognizing you. They're okay with you as long as your value stays containable, but once the room starts seeing what they already saw, their insecurity intensifies. Now they're not just dealing with you, they're dealing with the fact that other people see your value too, and that can bring out resentment fast. They may interrupt more, withhold more, seem less happy, get strangely dry, start acting harder to impress. All of that is emotional self-protection, because your shine is pressing on a wound. Jung might say that people often resent in others what they have not allowed in themselves. So if someone has spent years suppressing their own gifts, hiding their own voice, betraying their own truth, then your willingness to shine can irritate them at a very deep level, not because your shine is wrong, but because it reminds them of their own self-betrayal, and that's one of the hardest things for a person to feel. 6. They use concern to disguise envy and control. This is probably one of the most manipulative forms of fake niceness. Because it looks caring, it sounds caring, but it leaves you feeling doubted, reduced, or subtly controlled. They say things like, I'm just worried about you. I just don't want you to get hurt. I'm only saying this because I care. I hope you know what you're doing. Now sometimes concern is real, but fake nice concern has a certain feeling to it. It doesn't strengthen you. It doesn't clarify you. It doesn't come with trust. It makes you second-guess yourself. That's because some people use concern as a socially acceptable way to slow you down, to make you doubt your moves, to keep you smaller, to reintroduce fear at the exact moment you were becoming bold. And the reason they do this is simple. If you keep rising, changing, or stepping into your life more fully, they lose emotional control over the version of you they were comfortable with. So they don't always criticize directly. They worry, they check in, they just want the best for you. But the real emotional tone underneath it is not love. It's discomfort. discomfort with your confidence, your independence, your movement, your growth beyond their psychological reach. Jung would recognize this as shadow material disguised as virtue. The person doesn't want to admit, "I don't like this because it makes me feel left behind," so they translate it into moral language. "I'm concerned. I'm being realistic. I'm trying to protect you." But real care doesn't subtly poison your clarity. Real care can question you, yes, but it still feels respectful. It still feels clean. Fake concern always leaves behind confusion, guilt, or hesitation. That's how you know something deeper is happening. 7. They can't celebrate you cleanly because your life triggers their unlived life. This may be the deepest layer of all. Sometimes fake nice people resent you not because they dislike you as a person, but because your life touches the life they never lived, the truth they never told, the risk they never took, the boundary they never set, the gift they never developed, the healing they never committed to, the confidence they never built, the freedom they never gave themselves permission to have. And that creates a very strange emotional reaction, because part of them may genuinely like you, part of them may even admire you, but another part, the unhealed, underdeveloped, disappointed part, feels pain in your presence, because you represent a road they abandoned, and instead of grieving that honestly, they resent you quietly. This is why fake nice resentment can feel so confusing. It's often mixed. There may be real affection there, real admiration even, but it's contaminated by comparison, contaminated by the shadow. Jung talked about the unlived life, the parts of the self that remain buried when a person chooses safety, conformity, fear, or adaptation over truth. And when someone who has buried their deeper self stands next to someone who is becoming more alive, something happens. That buried self gets activated, and if the person is conscious, that can become inspiration. But if they are unconscious, it often becomes resentment. That's the twist. Your life doesn't just affect people socially, it affects them symbolically. It reminds them of what they abandoned in themselves. And that is why fake nice people can smile at you while secretly struggling with your existence. Because something in your life feels like evidence. Evidence that they could have chosen differently, healed differently, lived differently, become differently, and not everybody is ready to sit with that. So why do fake nice people secretly resent you? Usually, it's not because you're doing too much. It's because your presence activates something they don't want to deal with. Their insecurity, their envy, their comparison, their unlived life, their self-betrayal, their fear that you are becoming what they never allowed themselves to become. And because they can't face that directly, they stay pleasant, polite on the surface, resentful underneath. That's why the energy feels mixed. That's why the support feels thin. That's why the compliments feel strange. That's why the concern feels heavy. That's why you leave certain interactions feeling like something was off, even though nothing bad happened. Your body notices what words try to hide. And once you understand this, you stop chasing emotional clarity from people who are not even clear with themselves. You stop over-explaining your light. You stop shrinking to make resentment more comfortable. You stop mistaking politeness for purity. And most importantly, you stop assuming that every strange reaction means you did something wrong. Sometimes people are not reacting to your flaws. They are reacting to what your existence stirs up in them. That doesn't mean become arrogant. It means become discerning. Stay kind. Stay grounded. Stay human. But don't keep handing your self-worth to people whose niceness is only a mask for unresolved resentment. Because the truth is, not everyone who smiles at you is at peace with you, and not everyone who speaks gently has a gentle heart. If this connected with your experience, here's a real question for you. Have you ever felt someone being nice to you while secretly sensing resentment underneath it? And what was the first sign that gave it away? That question alone might say more than most people realize, and maybe that's the deeper lesson here. The more real you become, the more clearly you'll start feeling the difference between genuine warmth and kindness with tension hiding underneath it. If this spoke to you, comment, "I felt the tension."